My name is Chuck, and we are back here again at Lindaways, bringing you one of the most important and interesting topics we felt we should discuss as the youth, hoping that it won't be forgotten as the top priorities of the country and actually come up with solutions for the betterment of the country. And hey, I am Mr. Lucas.
Hey guys, my name is Lucas Atlali, and our topic for today is xenophobia. I don't know if you guys can remember, but not long ago there was a xenophobic attack in Johannesburg, and it brought a lot of pain to a lot of people because it brought memories. Because if you guys can remember, before we received our dispensation, African countries remember the significance of unity. So what happened?
And guys, without wasting any further time, let me take this opportunity to introduce our guest speaker for today, Adonis Shikwamba. Shikwamba. Sorry, Shikwamba. Adonis is the former SRC of the DASO at Nelson Mandela University and currently the res manager at King's Accommodation. Adonis, thank you for honoring our invitation today.
Thanks for the invitation.
Adonis, as you know, the topic for today, we are talking of Xenophobia. And you know that we recently had an attack in the country and also in the previous years. You've seen it on social media, you've heard about it. We just want to know your own definition of what xenophobia is.
Look, in my own understanding, xenophobia obviously refers to one race having hatred in another race or another country's race, you know. So that's where I would say, or that's how I would define it. Say xenophobia is when you hate another race that is different from your own race.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, thanks. So my question is, there are many nationalities in South Africa. South Africa is known for being a rainbow nation. But what I've noticed in xenophobic attacks is that there's always been this one pattern that black people or African people seem to be the victims of xenophobic attacks. So what do you think would be the cause of that?
Look, identity is a cause of these xenophobic attacks. I mean, if you can't identify yourself, you then feel threatened when you see another person in your space. Now, I'm going to make an example with Zimbabweans or Malawi or Nigerians. Yes, they access South Africa. And when they come to South Africa, there is a perception that they come here, they steal this, they do this, they do this. Although the biggest thing that we want is that everyone who comes into South Africa is documented, one. Two, when they are doing business, they do businesses that are regulated. Now, obviously, if I come here, I start something in your own space, I then become the identity of that space. So, for instance, if you look at saloons, let me just use saloons as an example. If you are going to a saloon, you won't go to a saloon that Adonis has recently opened. You know there's a Nigerian who's good with this. You know there's a Somalian who's good in this. Even with tuck shops, if I open a tuck shop, you won't use me. You'll use another person. Meaning now they have stolen the identity of your own space. So they own, and that's where black people themselves starts attempting to say, this is my space, you are operating in it, and now out of the blue, fire starts.
And Adonis, just to add from Lucas's question, my question is based on leadership. If you can remember, there's this guy, King Godwell Swetini. He was in Pangola in a rally. He made a statement in the city, all the foreigners should pack their bags and leave. Now, the guy is a leader, so if he says that, it obviously triggers the attack. In leaders, aren't they supposed to be like reducing the attacks? Aren't they supposed to be like eradicate, talking us out of the idea of attacking? No, they're actually saying it's true. we should attack by telling them that they should pack their bags and leave. What is your opinion on that?
Look, obviously, perception drives the country, if you've noticed. And we need to understand that what I say might not be what media will pop out. Not to say he didn't say it, but as you say that the question of leadership is very important because they drive how, or they say things that are going to either drive or spark chaos. Now, the packing and leaving, obviously, to me, I would say that it was with reference to if you are not documented in South Africa, you must leave. Because obviously, you look at the constitution, in the beginning, South Africa belongs to all that who live in it. So, if I come in, I'm a Nigerian, 3 months later, I live in South Africa. I'm not documented. But the constitution says for those who live in it, already I came here and I'm living here. So that means South Africa is mine. One thing that we then need to look at is the borders that needs to document people. Then you will never have people saying that you must pack and go. You can't go to Nigeria and start a business. You can't enter the country without being documented.
No.
So here it's more like there's a big hole where a mouse can come in and out every now and then. So that's the biggest issue. I wouldn't say that it's correct how he said it. You can't say they must just pack up and leave. What they need to do is to say that let's document everyone. We had censors who was counting people, but you'll never know where did that thing end. South Africa has 55 million people.
Yeah.
But are these people South Africans, or they counted everyone who's here? Because out of these people, you find out that majority, South Africa will be stolen by people who are not documented.
You raise very, very valid points. But I heard I've got some questions, in fact, I think 2 questions. Now, the first one is, if there's a saying that says that if you can't beat them, join them, right? But seeing that those people are good in business, running spazas and saloons and other businesses, that they're taking over the market from the South Africans, don't you think that maybe you should learn from them rather than attacking them? And the last question is, how can South Africa eradicate xenophobia?
One, it's not that they beat us in business per se. South Africans, with my own view, South Africans are greedy, unlikely,
And lazy.
and very lazy. We believe that we need to get things on a silver platter. You know, I'm going to reference something that is not relevant to this.
Okay.
Land. There's entitlement. We feel like, let's go grab, take, it's yours. Now, when it comes to the topic of xenophobia, people from outside of South Africa coming and doing business, they come here, they are willing to lose R1 of what they are selling. And not to say they are losing it. In their own calculations, markup, they will make that R1 back in December. With us, we want to make that R1 in the first week of January. And by then, when they then see that you are greedy, they put a lesser price. As South Africans, we love very cheap stuff. If you are cutting my hair with 40 rands, and he comes or she comes and says it's 20 rands, it's a matter of which one carries value. The value of money is very important. So it's not that we must join them, but we need to be able to learn that if you want to do business, you are not going to be rich in one day. Now, coming to the second question of how can we eradicate the xenophobic issues that South Africa is facing. Look, acceptance, one, of who we are and our identity. Secondly, the leaders of the country, the government itself, from provincial level to national level need to ensure that we secure our borders and we document people. That's very important because, as I said in the beginning, that you can't go to another country and just enter like that. I had a friend who went to the States in 2017. Before he left, they had to make sure that he is documented before he even takes a flight in King Shaka airport. So before someone leaves their country, you need to make sure that they have the right papers. And by the time they arrive there, then they are welcomed, they are checked in, and so that even when they leave, you check them out to ensure that they are no longer here. That's how we can stop this xenophobic attack. When people come, you don't account for them, they start businesses. I would like to put it as perception because I don't want to be quoted wrong, but there's crimes that involve them. You know, the last xenophobic attacks were based on drugs, where a Nigerian sold drugs and then the next thing a South African saves or tries to stop the transactions, then a South African was killed. Now, if we are able to regulate what's happening in our own country, you won't have people selling illegal stuff. You won't have people coming into the country illegal. And have we reached a point of no return? Look, based on the anger, there's a perception that we have reached a point of no return. But South Africans need to have ownership, because if you cannot own what you believe is yours, this is our country, this is our space. We need to own our space. Central, Hillbrow, you can name all these places. You need to be able to tell a person who's not from South Africa that you cannot live here, because you need to be documented to live in this place. The same way, if you want to live at Diggs, South Point, Kings, you come in, you are checked in, now we know who lives here. But right now, if you go up Central, you go to Hillbrow, buildings are just hijacked. And the minute they get in, it's more like you can't take them out. Because even the rules of South Africa says, if a person has lived in a spot or in a specific land for more than 3 months or 6 months, it's now theirs. So the South African law is open and it protects everyone who's here already, even if they're not documented.
True. And speaking of eradication, there's a guy, Mr. Mubani, who is a Durban-based activist and also a well-known researcher who has worked closely with these xenophobic victims. I think it was last year, he stated that effective preventive action against law enforcement and government is still lacking or is still missing. So as a result of that, if you can remember, I think it was in 2008, 62 people died, foreigners, also South Africans, who the attacks, people died, homes were wrecked, business were looted. I hear Gilba, this was triggered by competition in business opportunities and some local social services. This guy is saying something is lacking, something is missing. So my question is, what is the government not doing? Where is he failing? Where is he failing the country and its people?
Look, firstly, let me say at this point in time, South Africa is for sale. And the reason why I'm saying this, in the last election, or let me start with the ANC conference. The conference of the ANC between President Ramaphosa and Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. Let me say Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. Although I don't want to say these are verified facts, but the knowledge I have is that in Zuma's presidency, South Africa or the Russians had interest much in South Africa. Now we have Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa has the Chinese who have interest in the country. That's why I'm saying South Africa is for sale. So even in that elective conference, there was either Zuma who rises and continue the Russian legacy, and then there is Ramaphosa who comes with the Chinese. I mean, yes, sometimes social media builds false information, but you can see that there is a lot of things that are happening. China is now one of the biggest importers into our country. They are investing money. Ramaphosa is getting billions that you don't see what these billions are doing. So you can't say to me, someone who's not from a country can now then become a police officer in that country. You had Malusi Gigaba, who's from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, I'm not sure, but he became government. You have Pravin Gordon, they become our government in our own country. So the government is failing there, that they are not making their own South Africans, and money is what speaks.
They're not employing us.
If I come to you now and say, here, you take it. Nigerians, Somalians, I'm sure you've seen, even in the space of business, someone from outside will come. Let's say the university, Nelson Mandela University wants to accredit a residence. Someone from outside will come, they build this nice residence. It sets a trend. Now, they get more business than what the South African is supposed to get. And now, what do we do as South Africans? We start complaining. Complain, don't take action. So, our government believes in eating than serving. I'll make another irrelevant example. Ramaphosa went out to go get investors. All of a sudden, there's load shedding. There's load shedding so that investors can come in, you know. Every time we need money from outside, we cause a problem for our own citizens. Now, how do we then say that this is the entrusted government? Because you put these ones, they do this, you put these ones. The DA not so long ago, it was about the Israelites fights, investing, water in Cape Town, deals that are not going through. So it's about how much can you bring into the state. So it's a business. The government is a business. So Cape Town is seen as a business. PE, if you get someone who didn't grow up in PE, I didn't grow up in PE, but as soon as I shifted from Limpopo to PE, I said PE is a place of business. If I move to another province, I will find business. So that's what investors see. They come, Chinese are busy planting their own cars, they have a plant where they do all these things. The next thing they will start building bridges. It's then their country. Not South Africa.
Yeah, very true, very true. Do you have anything to add before we close it up?
I'm so saturated. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. And one of the things I would just advise guys, we South Africans, we're very lazy. I was having a discussion with a guy some other day. We were seeing these Somalians and these Pakistani Indian guys. These guys, they can become a group of 10 people, and then they would have shops fixing phones. If say phone to this guy, a screen protector or something that he doesn't have, he will go to the other shop and then let's say fix a screen protector or whatever. Like they work together. And then I was like to this guy, why can't we do that, Tina?
Exactly.
We can become a group of 3 or 5.
Great.
If Asnamali open a savings account, and actually come up with a business plan and actually have something going. City, this is ours, we own this. We're so greedy, we are so lazy, we don't want to help each other. uzenzela into alone and grow up as an
Look,
individual.
look, I think I don't like referencing apartheid too much, but sometimes it fits to the conversation. The reference of apartheid comes in where we engage about monetary value to a person. Now, as one said before, that our parents never grew up with the freedom to have money. Now, the minute they get money, it must belong to them. Let's say we're a family, the three of us. I'm going to get money, give it to you, or employ you in a business, be it that you qualify or not. So with your Somalians, your Nigerians, as we say, they unite.
Yeah.
They feed each other. They make sure that money revolves around them. Muslims, they like keeping money like this. It runs in the family. They get rich. They make money outside. They bring it in. It circulates, and they don't become competitors of one another. We want to compete. You start cutting hair. I start cutting hair. Which business must grow? And from there, I don't want to give or share with the next person. I want it to myself. You know, when Jacob Zuma was accused of money laundering or all those charges of 783, which I don't know how it got to 783 in one person. Everything was centered around money and him. So black South Africans want to eat alone. You don't want to eat with your brother. You don't want to eat with your sister. You just want everything to be for yourself. So even if you start a business to fix a phone, I start my own. If I don't have that thing, I will take the money from the client. I will go look for that thing, but I will not send the next person to you. That's where we fail as South Africans.
You know, I feel like there's a lot that people can learn from you because you're so informative. And thanks a lot for coming because really, I feel like I should have just brought a pen and paper and take notes. So thank you. Thanks a lot for coming through.
Thank you, Artemis. And guys, this was again the most interesting topics to talk about, and we hope that you have learned one or two things from the topic. And please, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment because we want to know what you think of anything that we are talking about here. And if you want us to talk about any topics, just please write it down in the comments, and we'll definitely do that. Have a good one.
Till next time. Sure.
Guys, please don't forget to catch us on Facebook and YouTube. The name of the channel is Lindomax.
And also hit the notification button so that you guys can be notified when we upload new videos. And do another thing, share the videos with other people so that we can continue the conversation with the rest of the world. Because these videos are so informative. Thanks.
Share the videos.
Namo besiza, a patch is a bomb. Artist yaboyik.